Hello, today I'm going to be making keto lasagna, and for the pasta I'm going to be using the keto almond flour crepes. You can follow that recipe on the other video. So I already prepped up the crepes. I did the recipe earlier. I made 9 crepes out of the batch, so I'm going to be using these and layer them into the lasagna as we build it. I'm going to start getting the sauce ready, and don't kill me, but I actually use this as a jarred sauce, and I'm Italian and my parents own the restaurant. But hear me out. This is actually as close to my father's sauce as I've ever had. I don't really like it chunky, so I always put it in the Ninja Bullet and just kind of puree it a little bit. So I'm gonna take care of that. And we're probably gonna use about 3/4 of this jar, and it is a 32-ounce jar. So I'm gonna get that started and we'll get the rest of the ingredients. I'll line them up for you. I just wanna say something. Excuse me, Bluebird. I don't use this all the time. I only use this when I'm making eggplant parmesan, or I'm making lasagna, or I'm making a quick baked ziti and I don't have any leftover sauce from Sunday. Okay, so before I get crucified by my family members, I just wanted to make that clear. All right, so I put it in the blender. I pureed it, not too much, but I don't like it chunky. I'm not a chunky sauce person. So we're gonna get started on the rest of the ingredients. All right, so I got about a cup of ricotta. I use part skim ricotta. I'm just gonna mix it up. And I have 2 Farms Fresh eggs, courtesy of my friend Ben and Jen. They went upstate and got me some fresh eggs, so thank you. And I'm gonna get this started. So I have to move quickly because if I don't, my dogs are gonna start barking, and that's always fun. Makes me move faster and then I get sloppy. So it's not ricotta unless you actually taste it. So we got 2 eggs. Now, I don't cook with any salt. I prefer to add salt to my food. Excuse me, dogs. And I'm just gonna mix it up with a little fork. And so basically, this is just a ricotta mixture. I'm gonna be adding a 1/2 cup of mozzarella. And Benjamin, thank you. So I'm going to be adding a cup of mozzarella, 1/2 cup of mozzarella. Don't mind my children. They're doing this on purpose because they know what gets mommy mad. So that's it, simple, easy peasy. Right here I have about a pound of stop, for real. So here I have about 1.5 pounds of cooked turkey, ground turkey. And here I have about 1/2 cup of frozen spinach that I defrosted, squeezed out, so really it's about 1/2. And then here I have a small pack of Italian sausage that I took out of the casing and I cooked up. And I do not like my sausage in casing. Don't be a perv. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I got all my stuff layered. I'm gonna get my crepes and I'm gonna get my springform pan, and we're gonna start layering it up, and we'll get it in the stove. Okay, so I preheated my oven to 350. First things first, I'm gonna take a little bit of sauce and get it on the bottom. Shake it out. And I use I believe it's a 9-inch springform pan. I put some aluminum foil in there because I don't want it leaking. And I'm going to take one of the crepes and put it in the bottom. And we're going to take, I'm going to use about 6 layers. So I'm going to try to eye this. And I would say I'd be using about 1/4 cup per layer. I'm just going to spread it around. Put a little bit of spinach in there just for some color. Make it the Italian flag. You got the red, the white, and the green. All right, so we got a little bit of spinach. A little bit of ground sweet sausage. And a nice good amount of ground turkey. A nice good amount of shredded mozzarella. And then we'll go to the next layer. Put another one in. Pat it down. Get a little bit of sauce. I like it saucy. Smear that around. Add some of the gut. Get some spinach. Okay. So this is my second layer. What did I say? 6? We're gonna make 6 layers? Okay. Sausage. Turkey. No Bluebird, you can't help me. I'll let you lick the bowl when I'm done. Get to the next layer. So we're on layer number 3. I like to pat it down, make sure it gets nice and firm. Are you freaks out there? Ooh, it's gonna be good. A little bit more spinach. And Popeye loves the spinach. A little bit of sausage. Here's a quick funny story. One time I was working for this computer company, and I was talking to one of my coworkers, Joanna, and I was telling her about this great restaurant in Long Beach that had like this kick-ass chicken, rotisserie chicken. Oh shit, I forgot to put the sauce on it. See what happens? That's all right. Don't matter. Put it on now. So anyway, I was telling her about this place in Long Beach that had this really kick-ass chicken, and she's like, oh yeah, what's the name of it? And I'm like, it's called Super Polo. And she was like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's called Super Polo. They make this awesome rotisserie chicken. And she's looking at me and she starts hysterically laughing. She's like, it's not called Super Polo, it's called Super Pollo. Like with this, you know, like I'm supposed to know. It says, it's spelled super and then polo, P-O-L-L-O. So I'm Italian, and when I see that word, I say polo, because that's how you say chicken in Italian, right? So she starts laughing at me. And I'm like, didn't realize that obviously she was right, because it is a Spanish restaurant, but whenever I hear the word sausage, I think of sachi papas, which is basically hot dogs fried with French fries. And so that's just, I know it's so random, but it just came into my head and I thought it was funny. I thought you would laugh. I thought you could use a little laugh. So we're almost done here. It's getting nice and full. You have to go a little lower on this cheese. Add a little cheese to this. So shoot, were you counting? I lost count. Hold on, hush back. What do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3. This is 4, for those paying attention, unlike me. Now it doesn't, you know, the crepes aren't the full size of the pan, obviously. So it's gonna be a little sloppy in there, but who cares? It's gonna taste awesome. So I wanna make sure that I have enough for the last one. This, a little bit of this, a little bit of this. Might have to add a little bit of mozzarella, since my kids don't care. you know, this is gonna be my last one. I'm pressing it down because I don't want it to overflow, but it's gonna be good. All right, let me get some more mozzarella. Okay, so I filled it up. So this is gonna be my last one. Spinach. Normally I put peas in there, but peas aren't really keto. So, and Matt hates peas, gets pissed when we're in lasagna, so I'm hoping that he won't be angry with the spinach. He'll still eat it. All right, so that is it. I'm going to put one more down. Push it down pretty good. Put a good amount of sauce. So I didn't really use 3/4. I kind of used just half. But I did use extra mozzarella, so we're going to knock that up to about, say, a cup and a half. All right, so I'm going to put some aluminum foil on top and then stick it in the oven that's been preheated at 350 for about, I'm going to leave it with the top on for about a half hour. And then I'm going to take off the top for about another 15-20 minutes, just so it's nice and brown and bubbly on top. And that's it. Stay tuned for the money shot.